Chop Soccer, we are back in the building. Um, Took a little minute to get situated here, but it is 2024 and we still here. How you doing in the new year, Ken? Talk to me.
Uh, I would say New Year, new me, but I got a text message from the people saying they missed the old me. So, it's just good to be seen in 2024, man. How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. Dealing with some shit in the house. The damn something going on with the water. They done
Oh
cut a
yeah.
hole in my damn bedroom wall. Um, it sounds like a river is flowing through there as we speak. The wind is crazy, the water everywhere. It's chaos, but such is life, man. We'll press on through this. But I gotta say, the most encouraging moment of 2024 so far.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta give me a second. Yeah, bitch, you see it.
He said,
Glow up. Hey,
yeah.
Ken, I bet you don't got this shit.
Woo. Yeah, no, I don't have one of them. Not anymore.
Don't you play for the Globe? Don't you play for the Globe though?
Yeah, yeah. I don't have that one though. I don't
Hey,
have
but
that
you
one.
don't got this one.
Nah, that's a one of one. You one of us now, my boy. You one of us
Yes,
now.
sir. Got that deuce on me.
Got that
Yeah,
dude.
bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I got that little pew pew.
That was before I had the number 9. That was before they gave me the cannon. Like,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
This is joint right here. Yeah, so I was excited about this. Greatly appreciate it. The bag, oh goodies. I should have done a soccer swag mailbag to be honest, but y'all don't care about shit and ain't got no swag anyway. So
Yeah.
I ain't doing it. But yeah, this is dope, and it fit me so good. Well, I mean, look at the yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Like, not for
Got that
nothing.
Kenzel Washington.
Woo. Not for nothing, man. Yoma, like the kit maker of
Mm-hmm.
our team, like they're above replacement when it comes to like quality stuff. Like,
Yeah,
like it's obviously not like Nike or Adidas, which I
right.
got my own kind of like, feelings on that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, on the quality of Nike and Adidas. But like, yeah, man, that thing feels like that's a good jersey. Like when you put it on, you like it's quality, it's
Yeah.
affordable. Uh it's not like a lot of their stuff, like you have to get stitching. You can't get like paste on.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
you can smell it through the wrapper, bro. Like,
Yeah. Again, thank you. Really appreciate the gift bag. I also got a USA warm up jacket
yeah, the anthem.
and USA Soccer and uh, the Loves Unites Adidas jersey from was that last season or the season before? I don't
Might
remember.
be last season. It was at Ross,
Yeah,
so it was probably last season.
yeah. So yeah, we did that. But let's get into some soccer talk, man. Let's kick it off for 2024. I think the hot thing of the moment right now is the off season, which not the
Yeah.
literal off season, but the TV show also called the off season. So this is an NWSL production, not the league's production, but a bunch of NWSL players are living in a house in Florida together.
Yeah.
And yeah, they are recording this experience, training, interpersonal relationships, the whole nine. So you get your whole reality TV and NWSL in one shot. Ken, have you been watching this and what are your thoughts on the show?
So it's kind of like a mixed bag,
Mm-hmm.
because they haven't actually put out the show yet.
Okay.
Uh, I'm
Just
unsure
clips,
if
right?
yeah, it's like clips and stuff. It's like behind the
Okay.
scenes type stuff. It feels like a lot of social media stuff. But I mean, like it has the potential to like do what it do,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, they got like, they got a really good concept going. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they got a bunch of players in a house, they all train together, they all hang out. They all seem to be like relatively cordial and friendly with each other. They're all smoking hot. So like, like, hey, bro. I mean,
Who's
like,
on it? I don't even know. I know Midge is on it.
yeah. So hold on. Let me pull that up because it's a really good it's a really good like who's who
Hmm.
of like women on there. And I mean, not for nothing, like they all smoke shows.
Okay.
Like I'm not even gonna hold you. Um, so Maria, this is in no particular order, just how I'm like pulling them down.
Hmm.
Maria Sanchez, the league's all-time highest paid player.
Hmm.
She's on there. Let's see. Yeah, this isn't in any particular order. Taylor Smith is on there from Gotham, number 20.
Hmm.
Michelle Alozi, did I say her last name right? Then, of course, you've got Midge. You've got Taryn Torres. You've got Nikki Stanton. Shit. You've got Ali Watt. You've got Effie Onumanu. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anamanu.
Yeah, Onumanu. Whew. Okay. Whew. Heart was beating when I said that motherfucker. Uh,
Yeah, that ain't even her full name. Her actual first name is Ifeoma.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ifeoma. Yeah, something like that. It's this.
I wouldn't.
I could
I
get
would.
it, but I need like you say it and then I say it. I need just
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
those names.
yeah. Loyu Labonta from Kansas City from the Current.
Yeah,
Paige Nielsen, Kelly Hubley, I think this is. Yeah. Yeah, so that's I think I read off like 12, maybe 10, 12 names right there.
yeah.
Um yeah, I'm excited for it, man. Like I really hope we get like some good like long form content, maybe like
Hmm.
some individual interviews of like player history type stuff, like just kind of like some narrative building,
Well, I
but like
already saw a clip of Nicole Baxter going at Iffy because they
woo,
were fighting in training. They were well, not fighting, but they were cheap shotting each other in training.
woo.
So the clip they asked, Nicole Baxter, who would you want to fight? And she was like Iffy.
Ah,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, that's spicy. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, like it's not like it's not like beef, but like like sell the league, man. Turn it up. Like
Yeah, turn it
the
up,
league
man.
needs like some rivalries. So like I'm excited. I'm real excited.
Yeah. Now, do you know where this is supposed to be broadcasting? Because I didn't watch any of the first season. I do
There
want to
was
go back and watch it now, actually, but I don't even know where to go get it.
I don't either. Honestly, I don't think I think there was supposed to be video last season and there wasn't, or maybe I missed it.
Mm,
But like, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be on like YouTube or something.
okay.
But I mean, like wherever it is, we'll be the first to broadcast it and talk about it. Like I
All
really
right.
hope it's just not like shorts or like something like that of like social media shorts. Because I like honestly, I'd be a little tight if it's just like social media shorts. Because like I have the like this is the type of shit that has me that has the ability for me to be like invested in it more than just like NWSL games, and I think it
Right.
would be really big for like NWSL to like differentiate themselves from like MLS because like MLS ain't doing no shit like this.
Yeah, not at all. And if they did, it would be dry and pasty as fuck.
Yeah, it would. It 100% would. Like, I really think that NWSL like has a really big chance to make a really big statement, like in 2024 specifically, in the content space, and it's through like stuff like this. They got like what's the other joint like Together? Whoever runs Together, I can't. It's like Sue Bird and like somebody else. I can't remember, but they have a really big opportunity to kind of like land some of this content and really get people engaged in a way that like MLS is just kind of falling short on, and really leaning heavy on like, just like stars to do the work.
Right.
Like if it ain't Inter Miami and like LAFC to a degree, like
Hmm.
MLS really ain't got it no more. Atlanta used to be that place, but like I don't know what's happening down there. But
Um, I think they don't need it anymore. Like their build, they're still the model for me. Like I know LAFC is here and they have a phenomenal fan base, but I'm about this black shit. Y'all know this about me.
yeah,
So Atlanta just figured out a way to engage, include, and retain black interest in the game. And for me, there is no other place in the league like Atlanta when it comes to, being a black fan. So I always love and respect them for that. And I love that they're rebuilding a competitive team without just outright star names. It's like we're going to get good names that if you know, you know, if you don't, we don't care because we still pack in, 50, 60,000 a game. Talk to us when you catch up.
my only concern would be like there's not a lot of niggas on the team anymore. Like
Yeah,
I don't want to say that
they'll be
too bad,
back. They'll be
but
back.
okay.
They just sent Miles to Cincinnati because they can't pay him anymore.
Oh, see, you're right. You're right. That's some black shit. Atlanta's always
Yeah.
gonna be black.
You know what I mean? I'm like, Miles, go get your bread. Like, run. Listen, you were there, you did a lot. And
Yeah,
like the same as any other player, you got to go get your paper. So if they can't pay you, then you got to
yeah,
go.
yeah. You got to pay him what he's worth.
But do you think it was a good decision to go to Cincinnati? Let me rephrase that. Not to go to Cincinnati, but to go to another MLS club. Should he have gone overseas?
Oh, what a segue, man! You segue king in 2024. You are segue king. Ooh, watch out, niggas! By the end of 2024, we got botting, bro. Woo, segue king out here. Um, I don't really know one way or another, because it's not like let's just be for real. Like people going to Europe, but like they not going nowhere. Like
Mm,
like if AC Milan was the team it was in the '90s, would no Americans be on there?
mm,
If Juventus was the team it was in the 2000s, would no Americans be on there?
mm,
So, like, let's just kind of pump the brakes on like going to Europe is like automatically going like better than going to like, well, staying in MLS or like going to Liga MX or something. Like, it's just not like guaranteed. And it's not like he went to some bums. Like, like FC Cincinnati was what, like 2 minutes away from being in the MLS Cup last year?
mm-hmm.
Like, like he's at a good place. He's at a real good place where like the competition's going to be high. He's on the top end of the league. Like the league is ascending. Like, I'm not going to go out on the ledge and be like, "Oh, it's like Europe or bust." Cuz like niggas ain't really competing in Europe. Like if you look at most of the American players like in Europe outside of like, Christian Pulisic and like Weston McKinney, like and maybe Tim Weah, like everybody else is like somewhere wild average. You know what I mean? So, you know, like he got paid, he's
Yeah.
in a good place. Like I ain't gonna hold him. I ain't gonna be like, nah, you should have went to Europe. Like, like that's
Yeah.
some old dick riding shit. Like,
For real, for real. Let's jump backwards again to NWSL because we were intending to talk more there. Seattle Rain is back, my boy. OL
oh yeah,
said, "All right, this ain't quite what we thought it was. They have backed out, and Seattle Rain are restoring their name and their crest." How you feel about it?
I like it. I mean, I like the fact that Seattle Rain sounds way more like an American team
Yeah.
than like OL Reign. Like I never really was a big fan of like your what would you say like Europeanizing or like
Right.
whatever, like just like internationalizing like the names of these clubs, like 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 a lot of these clubs aren't sporting clubs. A lot of these
Right.
clubs aren't like United, like whatever, like name your shit the same way all these other niggas is naming shit and get the fuck out of here, bro.
Ken, see, nah, it's you gotta think a little deeper, bro. You gotta think a little deeper. All the FCs we have in MLS, it's a play on words. It's not for football club. It's for franchise.
Oh shit, my man is telling no lies. My man is y'all are not y'all are not. By the end of 2024, like there's about to be miles of separation between us. Holy shit. Oh
FC's for franchise, my
man.
boy.
FC is for franchise. That whew, whew.
Two words at that.
Yo, you gotta give people the mathematics. Like, man, you gotta give them the science, my guy. Oh my god. I didn't even think of that.
Oh
Wow.
man.
Whew.
That's how my weird ass brain works, man. I just be, I just embrace the shit for what it is. You know what I mean? I think that's why I can just play with it like that. Cause I'm just
Yeah,
like, bro, y'all take this shit so serious. And I'm like, nigga, it's soccer. Like,
yeah,
what are we talking about? Like
yeah,
some stuff, I'm with you. Like there are some issues, we can, have debate about and like plan and coordinate but a lot of that shit, I just like, man, what are y'all talking about? Like, find something else more beneficial for your life because this shit
yeah,
ain't it.
yeah.
But
And-
anyway,
well, and,
Portland
like,
Thorns. I'm sorry, go ahead.
well, I was gonna say, like, some of this stuff is good. Some of this stuff makes sense, right? Like the rain, like you can see the double entendre they were trying to like pull on there. Like, Seattle Sounders, Seattle, like, is one of the top like, pockets of soccer, like, in the country, not only just the Northwest, like, it
Mm-hmm.
rains a lot up there, like, you throw a queen on the logo and call it the rain because we about to rain over y'all. Like
Right,
mix that with Seattle, like I mean, like you could see where they were taking us, right?
right, right.
Like the OL rain is like okay, like we just about to buy the Seattle rain and slap our name on it. Like the Olympic Lyonnais rain, like does it even
Even
rain
with
in that
like
one? Like
to that point, it was just the OL part that was stupid because the L is for Lyonnais. So if
yeah,
it was Olympique rain, I would have been like, all right. And you just have to kind of know those two things go together. But keeping the OL in there and just like, come on, no, 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 no,
no,
no, no, no, no, no, no, no. It just made no sense whatsoever.
yeah. And then like the
Maybe if they were
Thorns,
like, how they do sister cities. So like
yeah.
New York's sister city is Tokyo. If it was something like that, I'd be like,
See,
stretched still, but we'll
yeah,
give it to you. But yeah, Lyonnais and Seattle got nothing to do with each other.
yeah. And then like with the Thorns, right? Like the Thorns just got new management. The dude that owned the Timbers, he ended up selling the Thorns. But I mean, you could see that Portland Timbers, Portland Thorns, like you could see where they was taking them,
Yeah.
right? Like 63 M's is a lot though. I feel like that was a lot for them, but like I don't know.
Um, I mean, I guess if I don't know, man. I just feel like those investments are made as a wealth store more
Yeah.
than a wealth generator.
Oh yeah,
It's,
that's
it's the
definitely
same as like, we have all these damn empty ass expensive apartments in the city that nobody lives in. They're just well stores. Like
yeah,
if I got it in real estate, you can't tax it the same.
yeah,
So you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. You out here giving them the science. It's not even Martin Luther King Day. God damn. Woo.
But yeah, man. So they got this. The Thorns have been sold to the Batal family. Batal.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
yeah. RAJ Sports, Raj Sports. Merritt Paulson is gone. So successful day for Rose City Riveters and the like. That was a big sticking point and the fan base there over the last pretty much. Well, when did that Kaya McCullough thing happen? What year was that? I don't remember.
Oh,
It
that was
seems like
so.
forever ago now.
I don't want to say it was so long ago because that might be like I don't want to say disingenuous. Yeah, it might be a little disingenuous, but like,
Is it
yeah,
3 years ago?
it feels like longer than that. Like,
Yeah, I don't remember. It's all a blur to me. My memory's shit anyway. But in any
well, I mean,
case, Merritt Paulson
COVID
is
was
out.
3 years ago, right?
Yeah. Whew, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So,
Oh boy. But yeah, they are in. They are the founders of Raj Manufacturing. It was formed in 1967 in Southern California. So yeah, they got a
old
new
money.
family, huh?
Is that old money? Well, I mean,
Yeah,
oldish money. Yeah.
oldish. Yeah, that ain't old money. But yeah, they got new ownership. They can take a new direction, kind of get some of that bad history off of them, and they have a great winning culture there. So if they can put those two things together, create, reestablish trust with the fan base, get some more silverware, it's going to be all gravy in the Rose City. But let's hop away from NWSL for a moment. Can we talk? Oh no, we got some more NWSL. My apologies, I misread that. Let's jump over to the super team, Gotham FC. They
Whew.
had some serious signings over here in the last few weeks. Crystal Dunn is now with Gotham FC. That's probably the biggest of their signings. Um, Roughly half of the U.S. women's national team is now on Gotham. How do you feel about this? Are they going back to back? Give me your thoughts.
Got them going back to back.
I don't know, bro.
I'm what?
I don't know. It's a lot of chemistry to build there.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You're right. It's a lot of chemistry, but I mean, like, usually, usually the best team, like 1 through 11, wins in the NWSL. So, like, I mean, they got to be odds on favorite. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, I think they're kind of recreating the Barcelona model, both from the early like 20 aughts or 2010s for the men, and the um, Spanish women's national team now with a lot of their players, like, being in the Barcelona setup. I think that's what they're trying to recreate to a level. Like, you get all your national team players as much as you can on one club team. And then basically for the majority of the year, you've got a core of like 6 or 7 players that are just all together, you know? And I think that's good for like Gotham. I don't know how good it is for the league. Um, the league felt really top heavy, anyway. You
Mm-hmm.
had like, the 3 teams on the West Coast in no particular order, like, San Diego, Portland, and Olympic Reign. Well, now Seattle Reign. Look at me already fucking up. You throw Gotham in there, like, is there going to be any room for the Washington Spirit? Right? Like, what happens in North Carolina. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
think this has the potential to like super team their way out of a lot of stories. But also, if this shit blows up, man, like that's going to be the story of the year.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk a brief moment? Not too in depth because I don't know much about her, but seeing that Gotham has now won a championship and the signings that they made this offseason so far. Yale Averbush. Is she the best GM in the league right now?
I mean, you got to say she is, right? Like, like I don't want to poo poo on anything she's done, but I mean, my only question would be if she was able to pull this off, like had anybody else tried to pull this off before? Is the rest of the league just like, like what's really happening, because
Mm,
this didn't seem that difficult. Like, like no disrespect to her at all. Like, full credit goes to her for pulling this off. But like, when reading like what people have wrote about this, like it's not like she had to do anything crazy to get this done, right? Like
mm,
she just made some smart moves, like planned into the future and got some good staff around her, right?
yeah.
Like, once again, not to discredit anything she's done, but like, you got to look at some of these other franchises. If like she was able to assemble, you know, the fucking Avengers, in fucking Gotham, and like because like how was Angel City not able to do this? This is what Angel City was trying to do, right?
Right.
Like how were they not able to do this, right? Like it's all credit goes to her for pulling this off. This is fucking masterful. If it works out, like, she's GM of the year last year. She's definitely GM of the year this year. If she pulls it off, fuck, she's GM of the year next year. If she pulls it off. Like, but like, if I was a owner after seeing this shit, like, we calling everybody in the front office in, we about to have a fucking inquisition. Like, straight up. This, like, like, this wasn't that difficult by all accounts. Like if you hear them talk about it, if you hear Gotham talk about it, it wasn't that difficult. So like full credit to them. I can't wait to see it. You know, big ups to her, but I mean like how'd the league let this happen, bro? Like,
I mean, listen, got to be able to. So much of it is building relationships.
yeah.
So if she's built a relationship and people want to be there, Crystal Dunn wanted to go home. Here we go.
And also too, I can't I like, also too, man, like, she I believe is one of the first like GMs that was a former player
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and not like in the Inialuco model because like Inialuco, like, am I saying her name right?
Yeah.
Okay. She came over and she tried to do this at Angel City, but like we said then, like it might not have translated because she just wasn't like a part of this,
Yeah.
right? And like like YAW, like as I call her, like just her, like her initials. She is one of the first like GMs from like the actual like setup of everything,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I believe she was a former NWSL player. She was definitely a former college player. Like like she kind of knows the ins and outs of the American system.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. Like I think that has a lot to do with like understanding like the relationships to have, what levers to pull, like like who to get in what rooms, like how to set people up to succeed in a way that like any might not have had in Angel City, like just from not having the like Americanization, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Last one, also NWSL. Let's talk ACL industry, ACL injuries in the women's game. So Sam Kerr, I cannot talk today. Forgive me, y'all. Sam Kerr
Oh, you already
tore.
got your shit off, Bo. You already got your shit off when you get into the pod.
She tore her ACL. Um, this is a thing. It keeps happening. They have the issue of playing on turf in the US, but even if it's not on turf, there's something in the women's game that is they have a much higher risk of ACL industries as opposed to the men's game. What are your thoughts on this, Ken, as a player? And what do you think needs to be done to minimize the risk to these athletes?
So I would be interested to hear your views on what I'm about to say, just kind of like because you are more of like a nuts and bolts person when it comes to like apparel and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But um I think one of the biggest problems that are potentially being understated here, that like, some studies are starting to come out and talk about, but it's the lack of women's specific footwear, like for players, right? And like, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I don't know, like, the exact, like, science behind it. But I mean, on the face of it, it makes sense to me that, you can't design shoes for men and then essentially just put out women's sizes. Right.
100%.
And, like I would like to hear your take on that because, like, you are the shoe guy,
Mm-hmm.
but like, when I heard that, like it was something like it just clicked, right? Because when you think about shoes, like, like I don't know that many women's, like, specific technology that goes into shoes. I just
Mm-hmm.
know all the men's lines of shoes. And then if women want to buy them, they can buy them in women's sizes, which means they're just cut differently, right?
Right.
Like weight distribution, like, as a player, like the things I think about, like, weight distribution, like, like studs on the bottom of the shoe, like that type of stuff. Like, once again, I don't know if it's already being done. It sounds like it's not, but like that stuff just can't be the same for women, right? Like just physiologically. So, like, do you think there's like any like actual, like, like credence to that, or like,
Definitely. I think there is, and I think it's also in the type of movement that women do as opposed to men. Like
yeah,
obviously we're running, jumping the same, but like you said, the impact, it's just different. It's hard to explain. If you're an athlete, you know this.
yeah,
Um, as far as the technology around them, absolutely needs to be a thing. It's something that is actually happening in women's basketball. There's a basketball shoe brand called Moolah Kicks, and those shoes are designed by women for women specifically. So you can, the same way they have always bought just sneakers and
mm-hmm,
just had to wear them, these shoes are designed specifically for women's feet. So if you can find a pair in men's sizes, you can go get a pair, but it's not for you.
yeah,
So they definitely need that same thing in all footwear and any other equipment that would have a significant impact on reducing the amount of risk to those athletes in their respective sports.
yeah, because I mean, like, when you just look at the percentage of just like when you just look at the numbers, like it's just unreal. And like it has to be more, than just playing too many games or like not enough rest between games or like the turf you play on, because like the men's sport is facing like very similar issues, and like the percentages are not the same in
Hmm.
terms of what is being exerted on the body, I guess, and the results of that being injury, right? Like it's very clear that for some reason, under mostly same conditions, women are being disproportionately injured in a way that men aren't. And the first thing, when you just take everything else being equal, I think about, and like some of the studies I've heard about that they're doing now makes a lot of sense. Like it just like has to be equipment, has to be footwear
Yeah, and biomechanics. Like, don't forget.
and biomechanics.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, the way women move is different, and without the equipment to support the way they're moving, this will continually happen. So they got to figure something out to, like I said, make this risk significantly less than it is right now. Now, this shit is
Yeah.
crazy. Like in the last year or so, we've heard of a bunch of high profile players. And this is an injury that sits you down for months at a time. So,
Mm-hmm.
this is a huge damage to these athletes' careers when they have to suffer through these injuries.
And it's easily, like, not for nothing, like it's easily preventable if you take the time, to do the biomechanical work, like, like I know the fad now is like all of these celebrity like trainers and stuff like that. But like, if they're not doing the work, you know what I mean? Like if they're not doing the work to like recognize biomechanical differences and things like that, like, they could be setting themselves up for failure.
Yeah.
Like a lot of this is, as much as I don't want to get into a gender conversation about this, a lot of like so much of this is gender specific that like you just can't overlook the care that the different bodies need,
Yeah.
right?
Have you
And
ever torn
it's
an ACL?
no,
Oof.
inshallah, by the grace of God,
Yeah, for real.
oh, oh, so I bought these icebergs, right? I got the icebergs. These are the
They
Nike
called the
Slim.
icebergs?
No, no, no. I call them the icebergs. I call them the
Oh,
iceberg
okay.
slims. Like just
I
because
see that. I see that copy of Pimp back there. That
woo,
bird.
that berg. So like these are customizable, like fully customizable, like in terms of like how you customize like what they look like. So I got like a little black and white gradient on it mixed with a little aqua, whatever, whatever. But the big thing that I'm super concerned about now that I look at them is like the stud alignment. They've got a lot of square stud or triangular studs on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen that before. And
Mm-hmm.
low key, like a part of me is a little scared. Part of me is a little scared.
Yeah. Are those for turf?
They're firm ground, like they're like
Okay.
firm ground, like composite, where like you have like your turf stud shoes, and then you have like your basically your sole plated shoes that can be
Mm-hmm.
used for like firm ground or like artificial grass, right? So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared.
Hang
I'm
in
a
there,
little
man. Make sure you take it easy on your warm ups. If they feel weird in the warm up, take them shits off.
Yeah, yeah. Put him right back in that motherfucking box. Like
Mm-hmm.
cause like I'm almost 40, bro. Like tearing the ACL or like pulling the ACL at like 40, bro. Like
You might
that's
not
the
get back.
Nah, might not. Like that's the end of my career, bro. Like that's it. That is it. Because like I'm not rehabbing off of that. Like I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not. I'm not doing the. I'm not doing the rehab work to get back on that. Like you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like that is just like that's just not going to be it. So like inshallah, God willing, like
yeah. Well, that is all we have this week. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We will be back at it next week with some more juicy soccer shit for y'all. This has been Rox Fontaine.
it's your boy Ken. Welcome to 2024. We back.
We back, bitch. Peace.
Peace.